Just in case you might have learned anything new since the last time you saw that. Anyway, something I saw, or I guess heard recently, is that they're making a new 999, which intrigues me very much, but I'm probably not going to get the chance to play it because 3DS. Shut up. I already watched you once. Twice now, actually, but anyway, let's get right on to the next thing. Would you like to resume to the last point where you saved, which is the prologue, apparently? Yes. And when I said last time I could just hold down and make everything go faster, I meant the right button. Example. Instant explosion. Ow. Fall on floor. Look up. In building. Where the fuck am I? Why is this all old-timey looking? What's the door 5? Blah blah blah. Can't get the hell out. Smash. Wait, what the fuck? Watch? Question mark? How can't get off? God damn it. Where the fuck am I? 0 flashback. Window crackage. Holy shit, water pouring. Got to get out now. Look around. Try to find last hope. But seek a way out. Okay. We're gonna do this the hardcore way. First, we're gonna go straight for this key. And then, flashback. Why do I look so horrible? Go back to window. Check, something seems wrong. Window open. Holy shit, 0 guy in mask. Fall asleep. Goddamn bitch. Something said weird. Where's the other key? Oh no, over here. Stuff about digital what? Also, obviously, there's no tutorial shit now. It's on the same view. Okay. God damn it. That was the most annoying part of this entire thing at this time. I was accidentally hitting one more time. Found it! Oh my god! And all of that before 5 minutes of this video was over. Fuck yes. Anyway. Holy shit, stairway. Wave coming. Dash up to B deck. All of a sudden, people. What the fuck? Who are these people? Hurry the fuck up. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah mountain blah. Blah blah 4, 5, blah, silver, lion, blah 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 blah. I have a message on AOL, blah blah, mountain, vacant. Holy shit, chick that I remember, Akane. I don't remember her last name. Then 0 speaks and is all like, I'm a dickhead. Anyway. Stuff. Rules about game. 4, number 5. Reds and... Wait, no, that's not yet. Game lasts until 6 a.m. Or until they get out. Kane, line, blah 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 blah, dancer. Blah blah blah. Search around. Stuff stuck on C deck, or I think anyway. Doors with astrological symbols. Everything is bolted in. They can't get the fuck out unless they do by the rules. Blah 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 blah. Try to tell each other's names or something like that. Blah blah blah. Mountain becomes 7. blah 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 blah. Silver 3, Santa. Ace 1, Dancer 8, sorry, Lotus. Prince 2, Snake. Pink hair 4, Clover. Junpei is just Junpei 5. Because Akane's a bitch! Anyway. Akane 6, June. Jumpy. Oh yeah, the 9 guy. Bird's nest hair. Fuck. Number 9. Guy that thinks he can get out of this. And get away with this. When really he can't. He's a fuck. Clover puts hand on door. Ace puts hand on door. Bird fucks hairs. Guy puts hand on door. Throws Clover off to the side like a fuck. Goes in like a fuck. Traps himself in like a fuck. Explodes like a fuck. Everyone's all scared. Explodes like a fuck. Vacant. Oh yeah. I kind of started doing a thing through this earlier, and then I don't know what fucked up, but something fucked up, and then I accidentally blah 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 blah. Anyway, I think the very first time we did Snake and 7, so this time it's going to be Santa and June, which I've obviously previously clipped before. There's pretty much nothing new aside from him just asking Santa and June instead of Snake and 7. Santa and June, you think you could give me a hand here? The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their left hands silently. Beep. He verified and she followed suit. 5 plus 3 plus 6 is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. They'd fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull the lever on the side... Are you guys ready? I'm gonna open it. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. Okay, let's zoom through again. Holy shit, explosive everything everywhere. Oh my god, fever. Help you sit down because holy shit. It's 10, we've already wasted an hour. Let's get going. And then blah blah blah. Don't blah 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 blah. Zero said that everyone who verified had to go through, and we already know that's the obvious answer, so let's choose the wrong answer. That only 2 people could go through. That only 2 people could go through. Something like that. No. Wait, that was wrong. It was on the tip of Junpei's tongue when Lotus beat him to the punch. All those who enter must leave, and all those who enter must contribute. That's what the letter said. In other words, no less than 3 and no more than 5. Exactly. Snake inclined his head towards Lotus. The 9th man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed. The Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules. Oh, I'm not so sure of that. Why not? Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? Snake looked at 7 with what could only be described as pity and sighed. Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I'd hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts. Do you know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes. What is it you know? Here. Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket, and Braille and shit. Notes in Braille, and it means he's got special info about the Reds and the Deads. It's getting to that anyway. About how... fuck, it's going so fast, I have to try to think. Oh, hey, I skipped forward a little bit too much. Digital Red, that's the word I was thinking of, and whatnot. Okay. Everyone's trying to remember what Zero, or stuff about Zero if they might have known or something. And I can hold up and check out some of the, like, previous stuff, which is actually useful. Oh yeah, they tried to puke up their bombs, which was stupid. And then, okay, Junpei. Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. And then... Okay. Game, you can... Okay. I'm slightly annoyed at this. Hold on. Okay. They were all silent each pro. Okay. Everyone suddenly remembers they all saw the same shit. And then the seventh story was just kind of blankish, or not exactly the same. Then you find out that these two are related. And then blah blah blah. These two have a relationship of some sort. And then they try to connect dots. Well, say maybe can connect the dots. Some experiments, some shit, I don't know. Guy's dead. Wasted a half fucking hour. And then they've got to go. So, who's going to which door? They can't all go to the same doors. We're doing so well, blah blah blah. We'll go into door 5. They'll go into door 5. She's going to door 5. He's going to door 5. That being Ace, Santa, Snake, or not Ace, Santa. Ace, 7, Snake, and Clover. Their digital roulette would be, obviously, 4. But let's go with the wrong answer and say 2. 2. It would be 2. That meant that there was no way they could pass through door 4. Wait. No, that wasn't right. No, something didn't seem right. Junpei ran the numbers again. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. He repeated what he determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital roulette is 4. Okay, they've already got all that figured out. Did he want to go with June and make sure she was safe, or did he want to investigate his hunch on door 5? Decided that it had to be door 5. This is why I stopped skipping through text. Hey, wait! Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking towards the door stopped and turned back towards him. I want to go through door 5 too. The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up. What? What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you. He turned around to look at her. No, you can't. I can't take you with me. Why? Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that? June opened her mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest or clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions. Please, let me go into door 5. 7 scratched his head and looked at the young man. Man, now we're right back to where we started, you know that? Junpei's bracelet number is 5, right? If we're going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us. Snake turned to Ace. Ace, please take good care of Clover. Oh, all right. That's fine. 1 plus 4 is 5. Don't go away! You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others. No! Don't be so selfish! Snake's tone was harsh. Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened as he put his arms around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear. You'll be fine. Just relax. It looked as though he'd whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them. He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring. Okay, I understand. Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Let me check something real quick. Okay, that's... okay. Before long, new teams were assembled. Those going into door 5, 7, Snake, and Junpei. 7 plus 2 plus 5 is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. Those going into door 4, Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 is 22, 2 plus 2 is 4. 7, Snake, and Junpei scanned their numbered bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the red showed 3 asterisks. Alright then, let's go. Junpei glanced around one more time, his hand resting on the lever of the red. Okay. Please be careful. Concern was written plainly across her face. Junpei looked her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. With the sharp clack of a lock releasing, the door swung open. Ahead of them in the small hallway were the pitiful remains of the 9th man. For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor. 7 too seemed paralyzed. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. He walked calmly down the bloody hallway, and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following. Do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you? He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was at most slightly cocked towards one shoulder. Junpei and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all 3 men. 7 and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on Snake's, a red skull had flickered to life. It's more like a pink or a magenta type color to me, but whatever. The detonator had begun its countdown. They'd scarcely processed this information when... With a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut. Unless they could find the device that would deactivate the detonators on their wrists, they would not be leaving the hallway. Hey! Where's the dead? The fear and urgency in 7's face reflected what all 3 of them felt. Junpei spun around, searching desperately for the dead. He found it easily enough. It was on the wall next to the closed door labeled 5. Found it! Right here! As he yelled, he struck the scanner with his hand. The other 2 scrambled to follow suit. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down. Well, it looks like it stopped. As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand. Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack. A muscle stood out in 7's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching. Jumpy, are you alright? Are you guys okay? They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct, from the other side of the door. Yeah, we're fine. The detonators have been deactivated. They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door the 3 men could feel the tension disperse. Alright, we're moving on. Be careful, okay? Okay. Sure thing. They heard footsteps moving away, and before long they were all alone again. Junpei looked around. The hallway hit a dead end 20 or 30 feet from where they stood. A thick iron wall blocked their way. Try as they might to force it, the wall refused to move. To the left, however, was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison. In the middle of it was a plaque that read First Class. A first-class cabin, huh? Well, it seems like it. Let's have a look then, shall we? It has been so long since I've done these puzzles. Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. 7 followed closely behind him. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but he stopped just short of the threshold and looked back, not knowing why. Lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. He tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind. What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much vomit. as though something had chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood, the lumps of glistening flesh spread across the floor, the awkward, twisted tangle of shredded intestines, the head wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position. The man's glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked and the frame bent and distorted. And next to the glasses lay a bracelet, the number 9 still displayed on its face. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulse and a knot of muscle gripped his throat. He clapped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous, and despite the apparent age of the ship, none the worse for wear. He looked around. Seven and Snake were nowhere to be seen. There were 2 doors on the right side of the room. He opened the one on his right and went through. On the other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened the door at the other end, and peeked through. There they were, to his right, busy examining something. He stepped through the door and walked towards them. "What's up?"
Check this out. Found this thing here on the door.
The red light's on. Does that mean that it's locked? So I would assume. Is there any other way out?
We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything.
So you're telling me that unless we can open this door, yes, we won't be going anywhere. Junpei stepped away from the door and looked around the room. The room they were in looked like a bedroom. He figured the room he'd originally entered was the living room, or whatever passed for one on a ship.
Alright, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys.
Seek a way out. Okay then. I see. This feels like glass. A rectangular plate of glass. Is there something written on the surface? Yeah, it's a sheet of music with a couple A notes. Just A's? Yeah, that's it. Kinda weird, huh? It took Junpei by surprise. Snake, usually so calm and collected, suddenly began to move. He stared about the room almost frantically, clearly looking for something. No, Junpei thought, not staring. After all, he's blind. Blind or not, Snake was clearly attempting to do something. At last, Junpei could no longer contain his curiosity. What are you doing? Snake waited a moment before answering. I heard something strange. Something strange? Oh, well, never mind. It doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans. I noticed even the slightest of noises. Right, are you going to tell me you can hear a needle drop from a mile away? No, such a thing would be impossible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as sounds echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects. Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side immediately. So that was... Yes, I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast, certainly as fast as you. And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I am quite confident that I could defeat them. Junpei was somewhat taken aback by this revelation. He stared at Snake, skeptical. You don't believe me, do you? Care to give me a try? I must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it. Well, I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's resume our search, shall we? With a small, self-satisfied smile, Snake turned and walked away from Junpei. A white desk. Feels kinda fancy. It's a small, round chair. Looks like it probably goes to the vanity. It's totally a table with a mirror. Ah, yes. You know that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Were you aware of that, Junpei? Of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit, and narcissism. As such, you could say that every day when a woman looks into one of these, she is staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? What's this? This isn't a score. Is this a map of the ship? A map? There's a map of the ship here? Yeah. Then I imagine it will prove very helpful. You'd best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. It is now possible to use the map screen. No thing explaining the map screen, just telling me that I once again have access to that. Is that here or... No, it's not. Not that button. That is the calculator. Okay. What is this? Let's go through that door. Yes, yes. Well, this feels like glass. A rectangle of glass. Transparent, I assume. I can feel something printed on the surface. What is it? A sheet of music with some C notes on it. A leather suitcase. There's nothing inside. I can tell by the weight, and it makes no noise when shaken. This safe is locked.
It's one of those dial clocks. It doesn't have a key. We just need to get the dials in the right place and it'll open.
Did you find anything, Seven?
Nope. How about you, Snake?
I also found nothing. Time to explore this part of the ship. I'm just curious, what the fuck is that? It's a light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. Okay then. The bathtub is full of water.
Is there ash or something in this water? Looks kinda gray.
Let's just pull the plug.
No, hold on! Maybe we could, I don't know, use it for something.
Use it for something? Well, the sink's clean. Any water?
Nothing's coming out. We've got the faucet on all the way, but I can't hear anything.
It's not what I wanted to click.
The lights, huh? Nope, doesn't look like there's anything hidden there. Testing. Hey, it's great to see you all here. I just flew in from New York, and boy, are my arms tired. Yes, thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
It's not a mic, Seven. It's just a shower head.
What the hell?
I don't get that joke. I flew in from New York, and boy, are my arms tired. I just flew in from New York, and boy, is this joke old. Anyway. It's a heavy piece of paper that's been folded in half. It has score printed on the front of it. Score. It's gotta be a musical score. If that's true, then the score we just found was probably in here. At least at some point.
This is some sort of antique desk. Makes sense though, I guess. The whole room's full of antiques. You could get a nice handful of cash for all this stuff in here.
It says score on this paper. I guess you put sheet music in it. There's an iron grate in front of the fireplace. There's something behind it. Huh? There's something in the back. Let's see if I can reach it. Just a little... God damn it, that's hot!
You aren't real smart, are you? Come on, of course it's gonna be hot. It's a fire. Even a monkey knows it shouldn't stick its hand in a fire. It's a rectangular piece of glass. You can see right through it.
It has a couple G notes written on it.
Huh. I wonder what that means.
This is a suitcase made of leather the color of rich mahogany.
Well, shoot. Looks like there's nothing in it.
It's a leather suitcase.
Dang, nothing in there.
Vase.
I get it. You're gonna use this vase, right? That's pretty clever, Junpei. You just gotta fill this thing with water. Looks like a vase. Maybe you could use that.
Well, it's an obvious hint. The bathtub's full of gross, cloudy water. Alright, shouldn't be too hard to fill this vase up.
Hey, Junpei, what are you doing over there? Only one thing to do now that you got that thing full of water. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Might as well check this door, too.
It's a toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. There's some toilet paper on the wall there. Nothing that looks suspicious.
Well, let's do this. Got a vase filled with water. It's heavy. I can't just throw it at the grate, though. I gotta pour the water right onto the fire itself. Just throwing the water at the grate isn't going to help. I gotta pour right onto the fire. Alright, time to put this fire out.
About time, buddy. Let's do it.
Here we go. That was anticlimactic.
Good job. Another success. That fire didn't stand a chance.
Alright, I'll just pull this out now. Don't want to get burned, so let's pull down the sleeves. Score plate.
It's a ceramic plate of some kind. It looks like a blank sheet of music.
As Junpei tucked the plate into his pocket, Seven cried out and stumbled, his balance lost. He threw out a hand and caught the wall in time to steady himself and avoid the floor, but his face was flushed and he looked startled. Hey, Seven, what the hell was that about? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt a little dizzy, that's all.
Seven rubbed a couple of fingers across his brow and then shook his head as if to clear it.
What the hell's wrong with me? First memory loss, now I'm getting dizzy for no reason.
Memory loss? Junpei couldn't hide the surprise in his voice. Seven, for his part, seemed unconcerned.
Right, guess I haven't told you, have I? Told the rest of them, but that must have been before you showed up. Well, the long and short of it is that I don't remember jack from before I woke up here. Didn't realize I hadn't told you.
Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about amnesia, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, why are you an amnesiac? What happened to you?
If I knew that, I wouldn't really be one, would I?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Junpei paused for a moment and stared at Seven. Are you telling the truth?
Huh?
Well, you look pretty calm for somebody who doesn't remember anything. If you really got amnesia, shouldn't you be, like, upset or confused or something?
Well, sure. I mean, I was pretty confused when I woke up down on D-Deck, but that was a while ago. I had some time to get used to it. After a while, I figured it wasn't worth the trouble of worrying about it. After all, why worry about something I can't change? Well, people usually don't stay amnesiacs forever. I figured it'll work itself out eventually.
That's it?
That's it. Alright, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back to work.
Seven gave Junpei the look a younger man wasn't sure how to interpret, and turned to walk away. Somehow, though, Junpei didn't find his reassurances very reassuring. Pretty sure I'm almost done with this. Actually. The music stand. Might as well put the music I found on it. I'll put the ceramic plate on the bottom, and the glass plates on top. Wait a minute. What's wrong? Well, I put them all on top of each other, but they look odd. It doesn't really look like a song. Then in all likelihood, we haven't found them all. We need to find more glass plates. A bed. Okay then. That was interesting. Leather suitcase. Unfortunately, there's nothing inside. So we can unplug this now, right?
Man, this water's dirty. Can't see more than 4 inches or so. I can't see anything down there.
You think...
Think what?
There's a plug on the end of this chain. Alright, why don't we just drain this water?
Yeah, good plan.
Alright, where's that thing? A good tug ought to be enough to get it out. Huh?
A transparent plate made of glass, yes?
It's a sheet of music with a couple of D notes on it. There's nothing in the bathtub anymore. Obviously. I believe that's all. The music stand seems as good a place as any to put the music we found. Just gotta put the ceramic plate on the bottom, and then stack the glass plates on top of it. Alright? Good. Sweet. Now I can play the music. Junpei, would you be so kind as to play the piano? I'm unable to, you see. I'm sure I needn't tell you, but the keys on this piano are not what you might expect them to be. C won't be C, D won't be D, and so forth. You must listen carefully to determine which keys to strike. Do you understand? Yeah? Alright, let's give this a shot. Okay, so E is F. F is that. F is a. There's only 4 keys I have to choose. Okay. I looked away for a little bit. School bell. Ding bow 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 bow. And we're done. Music is not my forte. Wait, what was that noise? Junpei, we did it! Looks like it worked. I heard something unlock over by the exit. Let's go. Good plan.
Stand! Bow! Be seated!
Well, I guess he hasn't forgotten that. At least Snake thinks it's funny. Yes, I suppose that was the classroom bell, wasn't it? I don't imagine that's what Zero was thinking of, however. No, Zero almost certainly meant to suggest Westminster, not middle school.
Westminster?
A palace in London that plays host these days to the Houses of Parliament. You've heard of Big Ben, the famous clock tower, yes? Give me a sec. I took a bite of an iced potato. Anyway. And that is kind of helping my throat, actually. Big Ben plays the very collection of notes on the hour.
London. The capital of England, huh?
At any rate, the door is now unlocked. Let's leave this place immediately.
A safe.
It's a safe. Safe, huh?
The exit's open.
Yes, strange we didn't need to open it to achieve our goal. You think it's important? I wonder what's in there. Anyway. Alright, let's go. You found it! He came out of the door and into a long, straight hallway. This seems like a good place to save! Yep. Anyway, that is part 12 / part 1 of the second playthrough for whatever opening I'm going for now. I'm not sure which one. And even if I was sure of which one, I wouldn't say it, and the chance that it might spoil things anyway. So, until next time, peace!